Hello, my beautiful Sagittariuses. Welcome to Don Williams Tarot. This message is for placements of sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Sagittarius. So if you have those, this message may be for you. But keep in mind that this is a general reading and not all messages may resonate. So please keep what does resonate and just let go of anything that does not resonate. Okay? If you are interested in doing a deeper dive as to what is going on with you and your life, I do provide private readings. So you can look for my details in the description box below. Or you can just look up on the web, donwilliamstarot.com, all one word. That'll take you to my website and you can find out my pricing and availability there. So what I plan to do is I am doing your mid-month, so it's mid-March all the way to April 1st. However, I do want to caution you that April 1st, Mercury goes retrograde. For those of you who know about Mercury retrograde and follow the retrogrades, you know that that affects our communications of all kinds. So it's not only just the words that we speak, there is miscommunication because a lot of times that's just what that energy brings up. And the miscommunication can be sometimes you'll miss an email or sometimes you'll miss a text message or something like that. And, you know, and people will be concerned or worried. So just be aware that the Mercury retrograde, I'm not exactly sure when it concludes. It's usually about 3 weeks to be in retrograde. And we have those Mercury retrogrades about 3, sometimes 4 times a year, depending on how they fall in the year. So be aware that's coming. If you're going to do any travel, you're going to want to make sure that you just double check all your travel plans. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time. The other things affected by Mercury retrogrades are electronics. So cars are one. Your devices are others, you know, that may be glitchy, might have problems with the internet, those types of things. So just be aware of that, okay? So what I plan to do is I'm going to do a Celtic cross for you. I'm going to take myself off the camera so that we can just concentrate on the cards and I can talk to you about all the stuff that's going on for you. And then when I finish this portion of your reading, I'll put myself back on camera. And then I'm going to give you messages from these 3 new decks that I have. This one is on life and career, which is a really interesting deck. There's lots of cards in this deck, which make it fun. And then I have messages from the universe. This is just recognizing you as from spirit, right? Saying, you know, good job or whatever it is, the advice that spirit wants to give you. And then this last deck over here is called Clarifying Love Situations. So I haven't really done you know, focused on love readings before. I think I am going to include that because there are people that I know that really like them. They like to have those types of readings. So I think I'm going to start including those in my offerings. So my next round will probably be on romance. Okay, so let's get started. For those of you who are new to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you would like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. You just click the little notification button down there, this red box. I think it's to the right. I'm not sure exactly where it is when the video is going. That just lets you know when I've dropped new content. And the other thing that is the benefit of joining my spiritual family is that when I sit down to do my meditations for all of my readings, which I just sat down probably 20 minutes ago, did my meditation prior to, you know, preparing for this reading. And what I do is I call in all of my Sagittarius subscribers. And I kind of ask my higher self to really tap into the messages that they need to know. And then the other thing too is that I'm also a Reiki master healer. So there are times when I am doing my healing work when I'm working on a bunch of people all at once, and I will also call in all of my subscribers for that work as well. And if you know anything about Reiki healing, it's just a universal energy that is provided to all of us. It helps us with various different things in our lives, but it is not directed energy. It is just energy that is available to you to utilize in whatever way you will best benefit from it. Okay, so now let's lay out your cards. Sagittarius, oh my gosh, your first card is the Star card. I love that card. That right there is magic. That's calm after the storm. Oh, and then you got the Eight of Swords. So your mind is busy. Ace of Swords, more mind. Cups are about emotions. Cups are about emotions. That's the Six of Cups. Oh, and then you have the Chariot. Fast moving energy. Oh, and then we have the World. This is one of my favorite cards. Knight of Swords, Six of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. So what's interesting, Sagittarius, we don't see any wand energy. We do have the Temperance card. This is basically representing your energy. This Temperance does represent Sagittarius. So you are showing up in your reading and in this final spot. So this is saying that you're represented here, your energies are all represented here. And then the rest of your cards, so how many? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana, 2 cups, 1, 2, 3 swords, and 1 pentacle. No wands energy. Huh. Okay, so as we start off, this Star card, I have to cover her because I didn't recognize or realize that I love this deck, and I'm not supposed to have like nudity on my thing here, so I have to cover her. And I won't color on this deck because this is a special deck to me, so I won't have to. After I do this round of readings, I probably won't use this deck again online. Okay, so the Star card. So the Star card is about being calm after the storm. So it's about your long-term plans and goals. So many of you are really focusing on that right now. And this card is representative of what your main focus is for the remainder of this month. And as this is a major arcana, and you have 4 major arcanas in your spread, I would say that this may even run into April, but its intention when I pulled this, pulled the cards for you, it was meant to be until April 1st, but because you have so many majors, it may bleed into April. Okay. So the Star card is also about long-term plans and goals. This is a card about your wishes being granted. Love that. This is another card about you being on the right path. You are following your true north, which is saying that you're really aligned with your higher self. You're really aligned with your soul purpose, why you're here, what your work is, those types of things on a higher level. And then also this is about healing trauma. So some of you may be doing a lot of deep soul work where you're actually clearing any trauma from your past, whether it's abusive relationships, whether it's you've been in a narcissistic relationship, parental issues, sibling issues, any type of traumas that you might have been working through. This could be childhood issues too, that a lot of people are looking at and working through at this time. But this is a major arcana card, so I do feel as though this is going to, and it's in the very center of your reading, I feel as though this is going to be with you for a little bit. Okay, so let me put her down. Your next card is the Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords is a card of feeling stuck. So some of you may be feeling stuck. Some of you may be feeling as though you lack motivation, right? Some of you, and if you look at her, she's got a blindfold on, her hands are tied, she's surrounded by all these swords. So swords in tarot represent your mind, represents how you think, and it represents your words. So how you communicate. So some of you may be looking at, again, this is all self-imposed thoughts. These are the things that run around in your head that, they're obstacles in your mind. But the thing about eights is that it's also about advancement, moving forward. And so I feel as though even though this may be all self-inflicted, or you are allowing these thoughts to run around in your head, these could be fears that you're trying to face or you're trying to work through. The other thing that this Eight of Swords is talking about is opening your eyes to the truth. Because look at her. She's got a blindfold on her eyes and she's actually looking away, right? She doesn't really want to see the truth. Now, the thing about swords is swords are about truth and integrity. So she's not wanting to face facts. She's not wanting to look forward and look towards the truth. But you have more options than you realize. This is an opportunity for you to tell a different story by letting go of your old stories, right? So this one's completely up to you as to how you want to handle this card, but that's what this card is all representative for you. Now, what are your thoughts? Well, look at this. Ace of Swords is saying this right here is about new ideas and aha moments. Aces are about new concepts, new ideas, new points of views. So it seems as though, even though you have this Eight of Swords, it seems as though you're going to remove that blindfold. You're going to look at those truths because opportunities are coming in for you to really look at and evaluate. The Ace is also about truths being revealed. It's about clear communication. This is also a victory card. This is about successes and triumphs, and it's about strokes of genius. So very good. This is a great opportunity. Now, as this is an opportunity, that then means that you have to do something with it. In the Rider-Waite deck, there is the hand of God that has got this sword in there in his hand, and he's handing this to you. But then you're going to have to take action. Swords are about action. So whatever this idea is, I would be careful not to share that idea with anybody else until you have a better hold or understanding as to what that means for you or how you plan to progress forward and utilize that new awakening, that new aha moment in your life. And it's going to be different for all of you, but this could be new concept. It could be a new way of looking at something. This may be a new way that you're going to be communicating about something. Maybe you're going to do social media. Maybe you're going to start a new business. Any of those types of things. Maybe you're just kind of really getting all of your ideas down on paper. For those of you that are going to be looking towards starting some new opportunity for yourself. Now, what is your foundation and supporting you? You have the Seven of Cups. Now, sevens are typically cards about gaining experience or utilizing your existing experience. But it's also about confidence. It's about building your confidence, feeling more confident in your choices, and the cups represent your emotions. So it could be that you are feeling a lot more confident emotionally, that you have been doing a lot of that inner child work or inner work that is allowing you to expand. But this card right here is a card of being spoiled for choice. It seems as though these opportunities are coming in for you to look at. This is about wish fulfillment, and it's also about options being spoiled for choice, and then also a need to move forward without knowing the full story. So the guidance has always been pick the cup that most resonates with your heart, that makes you feel the best on the inside. So let's say you're looking at options for a new job. You need to go with the one that resonates with your heart. It might not be the one that pays the most money, but you got to go with what's going to make you have motivation to get up every day, to get out of bed, to go to work, and do the grind, right? So if you're looking at options and choices for a job, make sure that it aligns with your heart, right? And then if this is, anything else that's going on in your life, again, you're going to use that same premise of aligning with your heart space. Okay, so what's in your past is the Six of Cups. Now, this is a card of nostalgia. This is also my child card. As you can see, there's young people here, and this typically does represent children. But this is looking back on your life, right? And really evaluating and making peace with your past. So again, I really feel that it's very strongly associated with this Star card that is giving you the opportunity here to do some healing work, specifically for your inner child wounding or anything like that. And I need to keep her covered. Yeah, okay. Sixes are about persevering and moving forward. So just keep going, right? But this card is a card of reconnecting to people from your past. So you might be having somebody from your past come in. I don't necessarily see that it's a romantic person from your past, although it could be, because I don't see any other like love cards here that would signify that this is, an ex coming in. But it could be an old friend, it could be somebody from college or, high school, or maybe an old friend, maybe you moved out of one location to another location, and then you're reconnecting with somebody that you used to know. That's kind of what this energy is about, but this is in your past. And what is leading to your immediate future is this Chariot. Ooh, Chariot. Look at that Chariot. Another major arcana card is this Chariot. Now, the charioteer is typically leaving his home. He is going out for adventure. A lot of times when you look at tarot, the tarot is based on royalty, right? Because it was started way back in the day, in the 1400s, when the first tarot cards were created. But they didn't call them tarot cards back then. They just called them playing cards. And what that represented was the charioteer was requested to go away from his home and to go out to adventure on, behalf of the king. Go out and conquer, right? It's kind of like a knight, but it's not. It's a charioteer. This is fast-moving energy. It is about a victory. So this is about speed and action. It is about success, confidence. This is also about your personal willpower, which would be strengthened with the strength card, but we don't have that here. That would mean that you are kicking butt, right? But what this card is fast moving energy. So this is a card of focusing on what you want in your life and then moving towards that dream, right? You will be supported because this is a major arcana and Spirit's got your back. Okay, as we go up the ladder here, we start off with the World card. And as I mentioned, I just love the imagery of this card. It's a beautiful card, actually. I love all the colors in it as well. Now, the World card is one of my favorites. When you look at the tarot deck, there's 78 cards. 22 of the cards are major arcana cards. This is one of the major arcana. You start off with the Fool, and the whole story of tarot is about the Fool's journey through life. And when he goes through all the major arcana, he finally comes to the world. The world is the very last card in the major arcana. This is an amazing card. This is a card of completion. It's a card of joy. So this right here is in your distant future. So this is your immediate future, right? And then a little bit down the line, you're going to be making completions of things. There's going to be finalization of things. The world card is about harmony, balance, and feeling fulfilled. It's about perfect endings. It's about peace. It's about deeper understanding. It's about conclusions. It is about balancing, and it's about understanding your spiritual awareness. It's about new levels of consciousness. It's about transcendence, really, is kind of what this is. When I see this card, I typically am told by Spirit, which is what they just said to me, is that you have completed a very large cycle. So this is a completion of a chapter for you. Now, it's not in your very immediate, it's coming up. You're still working towards this. Once you get all of this moving and rolling and going, then you're going to hit this energy of this completion, right? And then you'll be starting. Now, when you get to the end, it doesn't mean, oh, you're going to have, cake and ice cream. What it does mean is that a chapter has closed. You are graduating, you're moving up. And this could be in your job space. This could be in your spiritual space. This could be in your relationship space. This can touch all the different areas of your life. But typically, this means that you're taking a step up in your spiritual, on your spiritual path. When I see this card, this is also a card about oodles and noodles of positive energy flowing in for you. It's just a very, very positive card. Love it. Okay, Sagittarius, your next card is the Knight of Swords, and this is about your closest relationships. So this knights are typically about taking action. And this knight has this sword, so he's taking action towards things that he has been thinking about. So it could be that this Ace of Sword is really projecting you forward, because kind of if you look, you two have this Ace of Swords, this Chariot, and then this Knight of Swords, and this is all about fast moving energy here, right? And this knight is about hustle, like he's fast moving, he's streamlined with split decisions. So he's thinking about things and he's having just to move really quickly towards his dreams, is what this is. It's about determination, it's about pursuit of excellence. So this could be, again, in any area of your life, but this is specifically in the area of close relationships. So it feels as though some of you may be moving forward in your plans of either getting married or whatever it is that represents it for you. But it could be some of you are taking your relationship to the next level. Some of you may be breaking up. It just kind of depends. I don't see any heartache cards here. So I would assume that this is just positive because there's nothing negative around it. And that's kind of what that card is representing. The Six of Pentacles, again, so you have two sixes here, which I believe is good luck. I just feel like sixes are about good luck, which sounds really weird, but that's kind of the way that it keeps coming up for me. Six of Pentacles. So sixes are about persevering, overcoming obstacles, moving forward, keep going. And Pentacles have to do with your physical security. So in this instance, as you can see, this guy does dress. I mean, I realize that this is meant to be kind of old-fashioned, but he is dressed very nicely. He does have his scales here, and he has coins, or he has his pentacles on each side, and yet he has enough to be able to share with others. So this is my card of gratitude. This is about two-way abundance. So what you give out, you get back. This is about being charitable. It's about advancing. It's about awakening. It's about helping others. And this card is in your future feeling. So it feels as though you're going to be feeling much more settled. You're going to be feeling much more secure in your physical security, to the point where you are going to be helping others in some way. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're going to be giving out money. It could be you're donating your time, or you're doing, volunteer work, or you're helping a friend move, something along those lines. That would be something that you would be doing service for others. It's kind of my service for others card. Now, the very last card is you, Sagittarius, Temperance. Now, look how beautiful that card is. This deck is called the Gilded Tarot, and it is by Marchetti. He does very beautiful decks. Now, he just does the designing, and he doesn't usually give you a book to his decks. He just assumes that you know them already. So it's not a really great beginner deck, but as you can see with the imagery, it's just beautiful imagery. So the Temperance has to do with patience. It has to do with caution. And it has to do with balance. So this card is a card of moderation. Do all things in moderation. It's also asking you to balance this is about balancing your masculine and your feminine energies, because as you can see, she does have this balance of energies going on here. The fire represents you, and the cold ice would be, I don't know, maybe the water sign. I'm not really sure. Gold and silver, right? So she is balancing these energies here. And then the last thing is about just if you're going to be signing any types of contracts or anything like that, especially as we're getting closer and closer to Mercury retrograde, this card is one of those ones that you want to really check the details. So be cautious. That's the cautious part of this card. Be cautious about your surroundings. If you're a female and you're out at night, make sure that you gas up at night, and gas up during the day when there's people out there. If you're living in the U.S., you just want to be double. There's so many crazy things happening here. So just double check all of your surroundings. And if you can, go in packs, right? Go with people. But this is a beautiful card. This is a beautiful reading, actually. I don't really see anything problematic. The only thing that I really saw was this Eight of Swords, and these just have to do with your own thoughts. So I think that that is easily overcome. All of this other stuff is very positive and uplifting. You are doing a completion here, so it feels like you're going to be graduating. You're going to be moving up. This could also represent you moving up within your company, getting a promotion, getting a raise of some kind for some of you, right? And this card is just telling you to just go forward towards your dreams. And it's reiterated by this Chariot, right? So fast moving energy. A lot of things are going to come out in the next couple of weeks. And I just feel as though you are in a really good place here. So let's put myself back on screen. Hello. If you made it this far and you have not clicked my like button, please do so. And if you are new to my channel, I hope that you will subscribe. We'd love to add you. And now I'm going to pull a card from this Career and Life deck for you. And your card is Power Position. You are being promoted, are called to lead. Time to step into your sovereignty and guide others with compassion. That is huge, Sagittarius. Get this as close as I can get it. You are being promoted or called to lead. Time to step into your sovereignty and guide others with compassion. And look at the imagery. See, now if you think about tarot was created for the kings, right? It was actually created for royalty, for royal families or whatever it was. Yeah, cool. Okay, your next card is a message from the universe, Sagittarius, and it is, You are safe, you are protected. The worst is behind you, and you are ready to move beyond the challenges that were set for you. Lessons have been learned. It is safe for you to trust your path. So I'm really talking about, this ladder, climbing this ladder. I feel like that really flows with that energy there that was already given, but this is just reiterating that same message. And then our last message is on love situations. And your card is hang on, release the past, and let yourself love again. So for those of you who have not really wanted to put your toe into the waters, some of you may be thinking that maybe now is a time that you would really like to be able to share your life. Now, the thing that I always say is, I do have cards in tarot that do represent like soulmates or love romantic kind of relationships. And, recently Spirit told me that you don't find a person to complete you. And a lot of us women kind of have that thought in our mind. So that's a limiting belief system. And basically what Spirit always says is that you want to find someone who complements your life and you complement their life. And then you bring together your 2 cups of love, right? And that energy is exchanged. But you're full, he's full. You come together, you're both full so that you have something to give to one another. But anyway, that is your reading for the rest of March. I hope you have found this helpful. Love to hear your comments. I read them all. I do respond back. So if you do leave me any comments, I appreciate that. Also, thank you for all your donations. People have been donating to my PayPal, and I have heard that some people don't like PayPal. So I'm going to find another option for donations because I do appreciate that, as all of this work here is free. So thank you so much for being here. And until next time, take very good care of you and great job on your reading.